what in the world is happening with Tacoma area real estate? It is crazy. All right. And this will explain why it's crazy and let you know that I don't see how the craziness ends in Pierce County anytime soon. Nothing I can do about that. But here we go. Here's what's crazy about it. You're looking at supply and demand because supply and demand rules all. Okay. Not just a good idea. It's the law. What you're seeing is the green is the supply, the inventory, the number of homes that came to market. The blue is the demand, numbers of homes that sold from the market last 5 years. See how much more green there was in 2016, 17, 18, and 19 than blue? That there was always more inventory than selling. Well, at least during the summer months. Those are summer months, right? Way more demand, way more supply than available in 2020. Pandemic, people stopped moving. We're sort of waiting or looking to see, is that supply going to come back? Is the normal sort of summertime trend in supply going to come back? And it hasn't yet in Pierce County, Tacoma area. And you should know that even this kind of a supply, like 2016 through 2018, it is a steady seller's market, increasing price. So even this kind of demand, this kind of supply demand ratio doesn't mean decreasing prices. So for everyone who's freaking out like, oh, the bubble's going to pop, that's not a bubble. That's an ordinary ebb and flow the last 5 years of what can be expected. Now, if that graph changes, if for some reason the demand vanishes or the supply increases in some way that it hasn't in the last 5 years, that would change the dynamic. But right now, you can see a couple of things about the numbers I think are interesting. In May, you had 1,600 new listings come to market of 2021, which is about the same that you had in 2020, which is super unusual that there'd be that close. Oh, no, sorry, it's way less in 2020. But it's close to this. You had less come to market than in May in 2019. Less by about 20% in 2018, less by this almost 20% in 2017. So you're still seeing less inventory than you were for the last 5 years. Not the case in King County. King County is beginning to see more inventory. Pierce County, you're just not seeing that increase in inventory. And the demand for May at 1,600 sold in May, that's what you sell in a peak month in August in previous years. In the summer, you don't even get to 1,600 in at all in 2018 or 2019. So it's more demand than we've seen in the last 5 years. And inventory is slowly creeping up. So if you've got a slowing of inventory and an increase in demand, you're going to see a spike like this, an increase. The graph is going to keep turning up in Pierce County, which means if you're shopping in those areas, you need to expect higher prices, less houses, more competition. That's the way that is. For how long? I don't know. I don't know what economic factors would need to conspire, where that demand goes. Maybe the increase in interest rates would decrease demand enough to slow this down. But I don't see any way a bubble pops. I mean, it could. The poop could hit the fan somehow and everything changes. Big earthquake. Lots of different ways the poop can hit fans. But it would need to be something like that to slow this down. Right now, what goes up comes down. So you can figure something could happen. But right now, there's nothing fundamentally about the market that indicates anything other than supply and demand is at play here. So let's see what happens next month. But right now, what I would say for June is if you're going to sell, great time to sell. If you're going to buy, get ready for a really strong competition. You got questions about your market, your situation, your neighborhood, your house? Let me know. That's what I'm here for. Aaron Hendon with Christine & Company over at EX Realty. Talk to you soon.